Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something new, and instead of going through the region, instead of going through Alola episode by episode, we're going to finish it up in this episode or in this video, as well as this new format, as you see. So let's get into it. If you remember, my team was Torracat, Rockruff, and Charjabug. All right, so after learn after learning how to use Z crystals, we go to the Meadow Garden. Picture on screen and name, and we go find Cosmog in the cave. Oh, when we go in, we find the Ultra Recon squads trying to steal it. So I send out my Torcat to fight off what are they called? Hold on. The Ultra Recon squad. And hold on. All right. So I send out my Torcat to fight the Ultra Recon squad's Furfrou, and I use double kick to end up defeating the Furfrou, saving Nebby. As we're going along the track, as we're going along back to Iki Town to do the final grand trial for Melee Island. I do some training. So when we finally get to Iki Town to do the grand trial, I am ready. Sorry, allergies. So first, what I do is I send out my Charjabug to try to weaken it, but try to weaken the Mankey, but it doesn't end up working. So yeah. All right, so I end up sending out my Rockruff, which gets obliterated with an all-out pummeling. And to finish the battle, I send out my Torcat to finish off the Crabrawler with a Breakneck Blitz. All right, and then I got the Tauros ride, and now we're off to Akala Island. And on Akala Island, I go to the hotel resort thing, and I meet Dexio and Cena. I fight Dexio, Smoochum, and Espeon with my Torcat, winning, of course. So, and we go through Paniola Ranch. How catches a Tauros. Yeah, How catches the Tauros, and we both receive Eevee eggs from the ranch, and we both hatch our eggs, we both end up adding the Eevees to our teams. So yeah, then we go to the water trial where I fight Totem Araquanid, while How fights Totem Wishiwashi. I end up finishing off Totem Araquanid with a supercharged Spark from my Charjabug. And after we fight the Totem and get the Waterium Z, we go to fight in in the 4v4 battles. I forget what they're called, with the Mask Royale, which is so obviously Kukui. So we fight. I use Torcat. How uses Dartrix. Master Royale uses Rockruff, and Gladion uses his Sylvally. Sylvally ends up taking out Dartrix with a Crush Claw, ending the battle. So after that, we go to Wella Volcano, where we fight the Totem Marowak and Totem Salazzle. I fight the Marowak. It actually defeats me on my first try, so I fight it again. This time training up all four of my Pokemon, my Eevee, Torcat, Rockruff, and Charjabug. And my Rockruff ends up barely hanging in and finishing it off with a Rock Throw. So after that, we go to Lush Jungle, and and I go in first to fight the Totem Lorantis, and I try to weaken it with my three other Pokemon, with my Rockruff, Charjabug, and Eevee, but it ends up not working. It ends up doing just a little bit of damage, but enough to send out my Torcat and finish it off with an Inferno Overdrive. Okay. And I leave Hal on Akala, and I say I'll meet him later. So we go up. So I go to Ula Ula Island. First I go to the library where Acerola is, and then I go to the electric trial versus the Totem Vikavolt. And so I try to use this as a training thing for my Charjabug. Trying to see if when it will evolve, but it ends up fainting, and I have to send in I have to end up sending in Torcat to get another Inferno Overdrive off. Sorry. And so yeah, then I go down to the garden area where the vocal rides aren't allowed, where Kukui's confronting and basically making fun of Guzma, who's very much not taking it well. So he challenges me, and during the wait. Hold on. I skipped something. During my battle with Olivia, my Rockruff ends up evolving into Midday Lycanroc. And that'll be important because my Lycanroc finishes off Guzma's Golisopod with an Accelerock. So Kukui gives me two options of Z crystals, Lycanium Z or Insignium Z. I pick Insignium Z, but he says, "Oh, what the heck, I'll give you both." So I take both, and now I go down to the power plant area. And in the power plant area, I'm training my Charjabug to become really fast, because right now he's slow. And once we do, another fast Charjabug wants to start a race, or like a race battle thing. So me and Charjabug accept, and during the challenge, Charjabug evolves in a Vikavolt. Alright, so now when we go to Tapu Village, I think it's called, where Tapu Bulu destroyed, what we do is I go looking around, and I see an Alolan Ninetales, which I add to my team. And then I go down to fight the Ghost Trial with my 5 Pokemon, my Eevee, Torracat, Lycanroc, Vikavolt, and Alolan Vulpix. So we go in, the Totem Mimikyu defeats all my Pokemon but my Torracat, where my Torracat evolves into an Incineroar, allowing me to finish off the Mimikyu with a Insignium Z. Then we go up to the Team Skull Town. I forget what it's called. We go to the Team Skull Town, and I raid it, and I do a raid on it, defeating most of the members. And during my excursions, I end up finding a Ice Stone in the pool area. So yeah, evolving my Alolan Ninetales. Evolving my Alolan Vulpix into an Alolan Ninetales. I go on, but right when I walk in, I see a little shadowy figure run in the bushes. So I wonder what it is, but then I just ignore it and go fight Guzma, where I absolutely defeat him with my Incineroar, Alolan Vulpix, and Lycanroc, and Vikavolt. Eevee hasn't been much of a player, so then we go down back back to the first town in Ula Ula Island, where I fight Nanu in a very intense battle between like dark types, my Incineroar versus his Alolan Persian. But my Incineroar ends up fainting to a black hole eclipse, and that's when I have to send in my Vikavolt to finish it off with a very fast Bug Buzz. Oh, hold on. Someone was playing some Mexican music. Alright. So then off to Ponytown, where I finally meet up with Lily and Hao. And that's where I look around and I end up finding a Jangmo-O, and I can feel its eagerness to want to battle. So I battle it and end up catching it. So that's when I add to my team, and I end up transferring my Eevee out for it. So yeah, that's what happens. And then while going through, we go to Executor Island, where I end up get given the Sun Flute, while Lily's given the Moon Flute by Gladion. And we go through Vast Pony Canyon and ending up at the Altar of the Sun and Moon, where Lusamine and Guzma both fall out of the sky. And Lusamine tells us that thing's a monster. So, and Necrozma comes out, and it's about to absolutely destroy me. It's about to claw me, but a Marshadow jumps up and ends up using its Z move by itself and knocking back the Necrozma to give Nebby, which is a Cosmoem. It's gonna evolve into a Solgaleo, and the Solgaleo got taken over. And during that, my Jangmo evolves into Hakomo-O. So, and then we go into the White Portal in the Ultra Warp Ride thing and fight Ultra Necrozma with my team. My team does really well against it, and my Incineroar finishes it off with a with a very well-timed Malicious Moonsault, which did happen when I was playing with this team in the game. And after that, we go fight the Dragon Trial, which is where Hakomo-O evolves into Como-O, and then the Fairy Trial, which I absolutely obliterate with my Pokemon, and then fight Hapu, where I use a combination of Ice Beams and Accelerox to finish her Pokemon. And then it's off to the Pokemon League, which Kukui just built, where I defeat Molayne, Olivia, Acerola, and then Kahili. And then now I'm off to the Champions Room, where Professor Kukui tricks me into thinking that I'm the new champion. And then he's like, just kidding, it wouldn't be that easy. Then Hal walks up the stairs. So we start off our battle with Lycanroc versus Alolan Raichu, where Alolan Raichu wins. And then Hal switches out and sends out his Como-O versus my Como-O. My Como-O ends up winning with a Dual Chop. And then Hal sends out his Noivern, defeating my Como-O. So I send out my Alola Ninetales to finish it off with an Ice Beam. Then Hal sends out his Vaporeon to battle my Alola Ninetales, and my Alola Ninetales ends up fainting, as well as Vikavolt. So then it comes down to a 3v5 where I'm losing, but my But my Vikavolt comes in and destroys both Alolan Raichu and Vaporeon. to make it an actual 3v3 now. Warehouse sends out his Crabominable to try to take out Vikavolt, but Vikavolt won't let up and ends up defeating the Crabominable. But then when Toucanon comes out, it's a challenge between two rivals, two lifelong rivals, and Toucanon ends up coming out on top. So I sent. All right, then I throw out my newly caught Mudsdale that I didn't actually mention that I caught at the ranch, so that's why you saw it in the team, but I didn't mention it. And now it's evolved into a Mudsdale that does a really strong double knockout with House Toucanon. And now it's up to both our starters, where we clash Z moves, Deciduous Z with Incendium Z. My Incendium Z ends up coming out on top, winning me the champion. Alright, so that's the end of the video. I hope you like this format. I will try to perfect it and start writing a script for it so I don't forget things like the Lycanroc evolution or the Mudsdale. So, hope you like it. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.